It's Taralynn here again with you guys. Today we're going to be doing something a little more fun, a little more active. I'm sure you guys notice my locks today. They're great, aren't they? I know. You know how I know? Because I did them. If you guys want to know how I did all this on my own, I'm definitely going to show you. Today we're going to be doing a DIY on how to do micro braids at this size with the loose wave at the end of the hair. You guys ready? I'm absolutely ready. This is going to be absolutely fun. Let's go. These are the supplies I'll be using to braid my hair today. I have 1 jar of Murray's Edge Wax. I have 1 rat tail comb. I have some duckbill hair clips. I have a couple elastic bands. I have a hair weaving needle and a hair clamp, and my synthetic hair. The weaving needle is not necessary. It is only for precise partings on the scalp. This is the synthetic hair and human hair mix I'll be using. I chose it for its nice movement, its beautiful color, and its nice style. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to section your hair out into smaller sections. That way, when you are doing your micro braids, you are not overwhelmed with the amount of hair that you have. Sectioning your hair into smaller sections helps keep larger amounts of hair out of your way. That way you can focus on the individual braid itself. For now, I'll be putting 2 small sections towards the back of my hair and 2 larger sections towards the top of my hair for easier management. Here, I will demonstrate how to section out your first small section for your first micro braid. And I'm sectioning them out into round sections. That way they're easier to apply into the bricklaying sectioning. The bricklaying sectioning is good for doing small braids as such. That way, as they lay down on top of each other, your scalp is not very visible at all. That way it looks more full and you don't have to work as hard on putting that many braids. Now I will begin to take my extension hair with my human hair. I put my human hair into 3 different sections and took 2 sections of the extension hair and placed it onto the left hand side of my hair to the right hand side of my other hair strand, leaving the middle hair strand by itself. I started braiding them together as a 3-legged braid, putting one over the other and leaving one leg as just my natural hair. Once I get to the section at the top of my hair, I'll be able to show you guys a more detailed version as to what strands go over which strands. It was kind of hard from this angle to see exactly what strands were going over which, but my fingers knew what they were doing. I'll explain more when we get to the top. Now I'm going to demonstrate to you guys that I have finished the entire back of my hair. It feels freaking great and it looks really nice. I'm pretty proud of myself right now. Now that I'm done with the back of my hair, I'm going to get started on the side of my hair. Using my rat tail comb, I'm going to make a very detailed, very crisp part into my sideburn area first, as small as I can get it, as small as my hands can get it. Once I have that piece sectioned out, I'm going to use one of my duckbill clips to keep the rest of my hair out of the way. That way I can focus on this individual micro braid. And now I'm going to show you with this extension hair how to pull apart the piece of elastic that's keeping all of the hair together, and show you how to separate out the hair to braid it for your braid. Alright, now I'm taking it apart. It's on like a wefted track. I'm gonna pull out just as much hair as I need for this one section for the micro braid. I'm gonna pull it down and apart from the rest of the weft. And with this piece, I am going to take it and part it into 2 equal parts, like see here. It's a little low, but it's getting done. Alright, I'm gonna take those 2 parts and then put those 2 parts together, making it the blunt end, the 2 blunt ends as far to the top as I can. And that's gonna be to show where my braid is going to end, where I tie it off. Alright, and now I'm attaching it to my natural hair. I am taking my natural hair and putting it in the middle of the 2 pieces of extensions. I'm going to take a small piece of my natural hair and connect it with one of the pieces of extension. That way I have kind of like a 3-legged braid, and I'm going to start braiding, putting one leg over the other. I know when dealing with the side of your hair that the hand placement gets a little tricky, so just put your hands to where you feel comfortable, to where you can grab your hair and handle the extensions all at the same time. Once you get about, I'm going to say about 3 notches down from where the braid began and you feel comfortable enough to loosen your grip, is when you can go and take your hands and put both of your hands in front of your face. That way you feel more comfortable doing your braid. And I've gotten to a point to where I felt more hair being braided with the extensions than with my natural hair. So what I'm doing now is taking a little bit of extension hair and placing it with my natural hair to even out the amount of braids on each leg. That way I have an easier handle on what I'm braiding. And this is when I take a small section of my hair, a very thin section of the extension hair, and I wrap it around my middle finger and around my index finger, and also around the braid itself, 1 time and then 2 times without wrapping it around my fingers, like so. And then with the loop that I've made with my middle finger, I'm going to take the strand and put it through that loop right in the middle, grab that strand with my middle finger from the other side, and tighten it. This way your braid is assured not to fall out. It will not unravel. I have made it to the top of Mount Everest. Alright, now I'm finally seeing the finish line. I'm going to take my rat tail comb and I will part another circular section to go along with the brick layering that we've been doing already. Separate this small piece for my micro braid out from the rest of the hair, and I'm going to take a duck-billed clip and clip away this excess hair to the side. And now with my pre-gathered extension hair, I'm going to take the hair and I'm going to put it over my natural hair, but I'm going to separate it out into 3 different parts. One side will have an extension piece, another side will have an extension piece, and the middle piece of my natural hair will be the 3rd leg, as you see. I'm going to braid it over, and once I get to where I'm reaching into my extension, I'm going to take a piece of the extension, the shorter piece, the more blunt piece, and I'm going to pull it under with my natural hair. It's going to act as an anchor, holding down the extension. That way, when I let go from my scalp area, the braid is sure to stay on my scalp. And now I'm going to start braiding it out. As you can see, 1 piece under each piece. And once I get to where my arms get uncomfortable up in the air is when I'm going to put my arms down more in front of my face, as so, and continue braiding in the opposite direction, but in the same direction that you've been braiding, if that makes any sense. Alright, 1 piece under the other, 1 piece under the other, and I'm going to keep braiding this down until I reach the end of my natural hair. I'm sure you guys noticed the little frayed hairs that are here. It's from the blunt ends of the extension that we've been braiding into the hair. What you guys do with that hair that hangs out like that is you just take a normal office pair of scissors, not a shears, because this extension hair actually is part synthetic, and the synthetic fibers can mess up the blade of your shears. So an office scissors is good, and you just trim those away. You trim them upward, and being very careful not to cut your own hair. Alright, it's me back again. It wasn't that easy. I gave you guys all of the simple tips, tricks, and directions on how to achieve a look exactly like mine. I believe you guys can do it. I know you guys can do it. Until next time, I'll see you guys again here at TL Beauty Stylez to see what else I have in store for you. And go and rock your micro braids, you know, channel your inner Beyonce. Get them, girls. Get it. And remember, while you're doing it, you guys are really freaking pretty. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.